Being able to visualize our processes has really helped us to improve our processes. We've struggled with it before, and now we're able to see it more clearly and improve upon some of the things that we've been doing not quite as well as we'd like.
We use SmartDraw on a daily basis, really, to test out potential workflows and try to remove the number of touches we have on our jobs. For example, we're a printer that includes traditional offset printing as well as digital printing. Offset printing tends to be large, $10,000 runs. On the digital side, those could be $500 runs. We discovered through VPM that there was only a couple of steps different in our processes between an offset job and a digital job. So, obviously it's inefficient if it's taking you just as many steps to produce a $500 job as a $10,000 job.
Viewing these flow charts helped us reduce the workflow of that department, and it improved their process and reduced their workload by 25%. And that was the help of SmartDraw.
SmartDraw and VPM helps us in our quality control processes because it assures that a process is performed the same way every single time. From shift to shift and person to person, they're always executing the task the same way.
Showing an employee a flow chart of their process makes it much easier to train them because they're already thinking about questions that they're wanting to ask. And we've proven this by the last 3 employees that we've hired. And they've made the transition very well.
It's also helped L&L tremendously when it comes to training, because we can take a new employee and sit them down at a computer with SmartDraw, and they can instantly see how their job relates to other jobs within the company.
At L&L, we found that SmartDraw has given us the opportunity to visually actually see our processes on the screen and actually open up each process. Once you click on it, the next process pops up and it explains that part of the process. It's a continuous flow, and it seems to be so much better than trying to thumb through a manual. They can also look at the organization chart. They can go right to that and look and see who they need to go to ask permission or approval, so it makes it very clear to the employee.
Actually, the process of generating the first workflows when we worked with SmartDraw was very enlightening. As we thought through all the steps in the process, a lot of times we learned inefficiencies in the processes, and that was just sitting there talking about it, documenting it. So it was actually, that in and of itself was a very valuable experience, and not disruptive at all. I mean, we generally we would bring in, kind of an expert from each of the areas, CSR that was an expert or whatever, and we wouldn't have to take them out of their normal job for more than an hour or so at a time.
We'd say things, and all of a sudden it would start appearing, and the flow charts, he would talk about, oh, now what do you do next? And as we're going through it, it was created on the screen. We were able to see through the visual processes that we were doing. We were going, well, wait a minute, why are we doing that? And we're able to go in and say, let's go a different way with this.
Implementing SmartDraw was a very easy process. It was like a no-brainer. All of our management thinks it's one of the easiest programs to use and to improve our process throughout.
Having our processes visually documented in SmartDraw has helped L&L tremendously to make it easier to communicate to everybody in the company what their job is and how it relates to the other jobs within the company. Well, first of all, it's easily accessible. We have all of our documentation on the network. All of our employees have SmartDraw installed on their computers. So anybody at any time can go to the organizational chart and step through all of our jobs and all of our processes. In the past, L&L would capture processes kind of ineffectively. The processes were all drawn out on pieces of paper that were stuck in a filing cabinet someplace, so it wasn't easily communicated to the rest of the company. In fact, before we did VPM, I didn't even realize that we had most of our processes documented because it was in somebody's filing cabinet and I didn't know it was there.
Being able to show all the processes and the procedures visually sets us apart. So that's where it's been the biggest help for us, is with new clients that want to know who we are, and we're able to show them visually who we are, what we do, and how we control our processes and our people. It's enabled us to land some big accounts.
L&L has seen a good return on investment with SmartDraw for the simple fact that it's helped us improve the process.
I would absolutely recommend VPM to other companies. It's been a wonderful exercise for us, and it continues to be, a tool that we use every single day. And SmartDraw just makes it so easy to do all these things. The beauty of SmartDraw is it does all the work for you. When I first tried to use SmartDraw, I tried to outthink it and tried to force it to do what I wanted to do. And then I learned quickly that if you let SmartDraw do what it wants to do, that it works wonderfully.
Visual documentation through SmartDraw is just not for printing companies. It is for any company that's out there that needs to improve their process. And we feel that they can improve their process greatly by using SmartDraw. We have, and I know they can.